What's on, everyone? Jeremy here from, well, Jeremy Hamley. This is my second channel. I hope that if you recognize me from around one of my other many channels that you subscribe here. We're breaking a lot of news a couple times a day. I initially had planned to just do one video a day here, but as we cover the incident that happened with Charlie Kirk, I'm using both channels frequently as new information comes out. Now, there's been a lot of theories to catch you up at the moment of this video, right? Whenever this comes out, at the moment of this video, which is 10:46 a.m. Central Time when I'm recording it, it'll probably go up around 11:30 or noon. They have found the weapon. It had anti-fascist and trans rights writings on it, just like most every one of these lunatics that do this. We know that it was a 30-06. We know that, according to surveillance footage, the individual was seen carrying this and then dropped it in the woods as he made his escape to a neighborhood after the crime on foot. There are some very, very, very weird images going on, hand signals, people cheering. I have a lot of questions. None of these people in these videos are, you know, they're all, could be complete, it probably is completely random. But here's one I thought was really weird. Everybody here is ducking after Charlie Kirk lost his life, and here's this guy cheering, yes, 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 I can't believe it, you got him. Looking up at the shooter. You can see, yeah, yeah. He'd already been shot at that moment. I just, you know, don't understand it.
Tell me a little bit about the aftermath after this gunshot went off. What happened afterwards?
So I was with one of my good friends, and as soon as the gun went off, we both hit the floor, started praying. Everyone was screaming, and then yeah, we got up and we just started running, and we made it to our apartment. So
yeah, you're right around this area. Did you see any students kind of like get injured as everyone was trying to escape?
No, but I did see a select group of students who stood up and cheered after the fact, which was really sad to see.
You're kidding me.
No.
They cheered. That guy on video cheered. This is a broken generation. When you have CNN calling these messages, quote, cultural phrases, instead of what they really are, declarations of war. Now, on top of that, there are several other theories swirling around. One, which I think is nothing, about a private jet that's transponder went off momentarily and then landed and this, that, and the other thing. We saw stuff like this before. You know, it's not uncommon for a plane's transponder to drop out in this particular area where it did. I don't know, but there's also hand signals that have allegedly been captured before the incident. None of it has been connected yet, but hopefully by the end of the day, they will at least be, they will either be, you know, cleared or arrested. Within hours of the incident, videos, photos, and eyewitness accounts began circulating in social media, with users rushing to dissect every frame for clues. Some of the most extreme posts suggest everything from suspicious private jets to hand signals and claims and other claims. Quote-unquote conspiracy theorists have seized on brief clips and images, spinning intricate narrative despite investigators warning that there's no verified evidence to support these claims. The law enforcement agencies have also urged the public to rely on, quote, official updates rather than online posts, like the one Kash Patel made and said that he was in prison, that they had him. Remember when Kash Patel said moments after, basically, oh, we've got the guy in custody? Oops, that wasn't him. We got another guy in custody. Oops, that wasn't him. Now, a lot of people are talking about the old man being a part of it and being a distraction, a patsy to distract local police. Certainly could be. I wasn't there. I don't know. People talking about a private jet, tail number redacted, left Provo Airport an hour after the incident. Suspiciously, 30 minutes in the flight, it drops off ADSB illegally and reappears headed back to Provo approximately an hour later. Why did this plane turn off this radar? I don't know. You know, I've saw pilots say that, you know, this is an area where this does happen. It's probably worth an investigation, though. One widely shared post emerged on social media shortly after the incident, suggesting that the perpetrator may have escaped on a private plane. Why did the plane turn off its radar? Well, the plane doesn't have radar. It has a transponder. So you have a lot of people talking about stuff they don't know anything about. But anyway, however, many people debunked the theory. Others went on so far as to taking the FBI to look into the claim. Replying to the post, the user said there is a simple explanation as to why the plane may have slipped off the radar. They said, I may not have been a sniper, but I was a radar technician in the Air Force, and I have extensive experience with the airspace around Utah. Just because that plane dropped off radar doesn't necessarily mean anything. There are quite a few mountain ranges in western and southern Utah that block radar. A plane dropping off ADSB is not all that uncommon. Looking at the flight path, it appears to me to have descended for a landing in Page, Arizona. Many Utahns vacation in Lake Powell right next to Page, and then it, quote, reappeared after taking back off and headed back from the same airport. Then you have people apparently giving hand signals. Again, who knows? Another theory speculating online focuses on a brief moment captured in video just before the shots were fired. A post on X question, why are these two guys giving hand signals immediately before the incident? Before both standing perfectly to the side of the bullet track. In the clip, two men can be seen standing behind Kirk. One appears to be adjusting his hat while holding a phone, while others appears to be moving his arms and glances around. Observers on social media have speculated the gestures could be signals related to the incident. Investigators have not confirmed any connection, and neither man has been named by authorities as having any involvement in the incident. I'd say we could probably talk to them. I'd say it's probably worth talking to them, don't you think? Probably worth talking to these guys. See if they knew anything. Just because, I mean, who knows? They could have just been doing whatever with their hands, you know? Another claim gaining traction online suggests that a second person may have been involved. The social media user shared footage of the top floor of a building overlooking the tent where Kirk was speaking, insisting that a figure was concealed among the greenery. The post says, does this bush look suspicious to anyone? It lines up directly where Kirk's tent was, where it happened. I was very hesitant to post this until I got other opinions on the matter. I spent hours going through photos and videos until I saw this. The poster zoomed in on what they claim could be a person camouflaged as a plant. That seems really unlikely. Probably just somebody's mind playing tricks on them. We have security footage that shows a man dressed in black flee the roof, jump down, and flee into the woods. And in that same path, they found the weapon. You know. Another source of speculation in the video on X, which claims shows a ring Kirk was wearing switching fingers after the incident. Well, that's just knowing how cameras work. There's just two different angles here. No? That is weird. It shows it on his pinky there, and it shows it on his ring finger there. I don't really know how to explain that one. Why did Charlie's ring visibly move from his ring finger to his pinky finger after impact? I watched Charlie Kirk's ring switch fingers as he was falling backwards. Explain that one. One commenter refuted the story, saying the alleged switch comes from as a result of technicalities of the video footage and camera settings. Another video from previous events shows Kirk fidgeting with what appears to be the same ring. Many users pointed out that being a logical explanation for the perceived switch. I don't know. There are many theories, but what I can say is none of them should be disregarded as crackpot or quote-unquote conspiracy theories because we just don't know, do we? We don't know. People don't know. Why would you dismiss any evidence? Now I get, hey, you don't want people to be distracted or chasing, crazy stuff down a rabbit hole or whatever. But I mean, how many FBI agents do we have? Is there a bigger crime to worry about right now? I don't think so. Put a few people on it. Show me how the ring changes fingers. Again, talk to the pilot of that plane. Clear them. You have to clear these things. And then, I think that's still good. I don't want to discourage people from doing citizen journalism because that's how a lot of this stuff gets solved. The old man, many said, apparently had claimed responsibility for it, or something along those lines, and which is what got him arrested. But many people are saying that was him setting up a distraction. Maybe he's involved. I don't know. These are all questions I think worth answering. These are all questions I will continue to dig into today and the many days following this until we have all of our answers. Prayers to Charlie Kirk's family, his children, anyone who knew him closely. I didn't know him closely. We walked in the same circles, but I didn't know him closely. But he still felt like losing a brother because he was out there, fighting the same fight, fighting for free speech, fighting for dialogue. Same stuff that myself and so many other creators do. I'll keep you posted. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll talk to you again real soon.